the ordinary. Allow me to begin with a reflection, one that mirrors the purpose of this club. Years ago, Michelangelo was once asked how he created the masterpiece David from a block of marble. He simply said, "I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free." That, in essence, is what a great evaluator does. They listen not just for what is said, but for what is meant. They observe not just performance, but potential. And with precision, empathy, and clarity, they help reveal the best version of the speaker, much like the sculptor releases the form hidden within stone. This club is not about ticking boxes on an evaluation form. It is about mastery. It's about making feedback clear and meaningful, something that shows where we are and where we can go. Before we immerse ourselves in this experience, a few reminders to ensure a seamless session. Let me begin by stating the Toastmasters mission. We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Please join from a quiet space with a stable internet connection. Your voice deserves to be heard clearly. Stay on mute when it's not your turn to speak. Please unmute only when you're called upon. We encourage you to keep your videos on to create an engaging, connected atmosphere. If you need to step away, do switch it off and return with it on. Show your appreciation for our speakers and role players with virtual reactions, claps, or even a heart goes a long way. If you have a question or need support, use the raise hand feature or drop a message in the chat box. We are here to help. Let's begin this journey by listening carefully, observing thoughtfully, and giving feedback not just as a task, but as something valuable we offer. And now, to officially set the tone for this remarkable evening, it is my honor to hand over the meeting to someone whose vision, passion, and persistence have brought this unique club to life. She is no stranger to trailblazing. She is the force behind some of the most distinctive clubs in our district, from launching the first trilingual Toastmasters Club to founding Let's Debate, and now the Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club, which is yet another reflection of her forward-thinking leadership. A leader who believes in building platforms where members don't just speak, they grow, challenge, and transform. Please join me in warmly welcoming the presiding officer for this evening, DTM Jyotika. Over to you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Savita. Let's give a huge round of applause for our immediate past District Director, distinguished Toastmaster Savita Salian. Good communicators are born in clubs, but good evaluators are born in champion evaluators. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A very good evening and a warm welcome to our brand new club, Champion Evaluators. It is with immense pride and joy I welcome each one of you to this club. A dream that was a dream for the past 1 year, and we were able to realize during the fag end of our term last year. Today is truly an auspicious day. Not because we are taking this giant leap, but because of the significance in the Indian context. Today is Guru Purnima, a day, according to Indian tradition, where we express gratitude to those who illuminate our path, our teachers, our mentors, and our guides. While we specifically have a few teachers here, I think we Toastmasters are teachers, isn't it? We are mentors. We make that difference in people's life. So I'd like to take this opportunity to wish each one of you a very happy Guru Purnima, and thank you to everything that you do in this platform and to others. Now, the whole purpose of starting this club was to have better evaluators, to rise above the sandwich technique and to make evaluation actually a transformational experience. Our objective was to actually go behind what went well, and this is what you could do, to something more authentic, something more impactful. And that is where this idea of starting this club started. So the club is actually a tribute to the art of feedback. Because when you elevate the evaluator, you uplift the entire speaker. As we embark on this exciting journey, let's remember, it's not about being perfect speakers or perfect evaluators, but it is about being passionate learners. Now, how many of us are passionate learners here today? I'm sure we all are. Because of the excitement in which we could charter this club, it just took us 3 days to do it. And I'm very sure that all of you are passionate speakers and learners. So let's begin our legacy today. Today being the first important meeting, which is the grand opening of our club. I'm really excited to embrace each one of you with a lot of warmth, a lot of heartfelt gratitude. And it gives me immense pleasure that we are all here together in this boat to become better evaluators, better judges, and better speakers. Now, every club is because of its members, and every newly chartered club is because of its newly chartered members. This perhaps would be the right opportunity to introduce our charter members to this August gathering. I know you all are excited to know who each one is, because each one is coming from different district. I know in this very room, we have members from 3 different districts present here. So you all are excited to know each other. So let's do a small exercise. I'm going to read out your name in no particular order. It's basically just alphabetical order. When I call out your names, I request you to come on stage, switch on your video if possible, and for 30 seconds, tell your name, how long you've been in Toastmasters, and what do you aim at achieving at the end of the program year. But before that, we have a small PPT or a video put together with all your beautiful pictures and a small introduction that will give a gist of who you are. So do we have the PPT ready? Srivatsa?
Yep, just a minute.
All right, I've made you the co-host. You could share it. All right, I think what we could do is, are you ready, Srivatsa? Okay, what we could do is,
Yes.
Are you ready, Srivatsa?
Yes.
All right, you could go ahead and share.
Oh, can you enable me for sharing?
It's done. Okay, while Srivatsa is figuring out how to do it, I think we'll get started with the introduction. We have 23 charter members. I don't know if all of them are present here today. We have 27 members, including the guests. But whoever is present here today, like I mentioned, take 30 seconds to introduce yourself, your name, what you do, your home club, and what are you planning to achieve at the end of the program year. Let's start with our first charter member, Ashima Jain. Ashima, are you there?
Yes, I'm very much
Yes.
there.
If you could switch on. Yeah, right. Good.
You can see me, right?
Yeah.
Great. Yes. So, hello everyone, and this is Ashima Jain. I've been Toastmasters for past 2 years. I'm an entrepreneur by profession, and what I am looking forward from Champions Evaluators Toastmaster Club is how can I get better at evaluation? Though I know there is a particular method that we follow in Toastmaster, that's like CRC, but how I can improve more on it and how can add a structure with body and conclusion to it.
All
So
right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ashima. Let's move on to the next member of the club, Balaji Nagabhushan. Srivatsa will first. Do you want to do that now?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, Srivatsa. Maybe some music wouldn't have hurt there, but I think we've all seen those happy faces and at least we know who they are. So let's start with Balaji Nagabhushan. Balaji, are you there? If you could briefly introduce yourself in 30 seconds.
Hello, everybody. And thank you to Jyotika and everybody who have invited us to become members. I joined Toastmasters in 1998, and Toastmasters is a passion which I enjoy. My home club is Star of Arabia in District 127, and I'm also a member of your debating club in Mangalore. I find time at sometimes to attend, but it's fun to be a part of this complete what do you call energetic division over there, because I think you guys do wonderful every time I keep watching those activities. What's my goal for the year? I should be completing my DTM the fourth time by the time I finish this calendar year. Let's see. Thank you.
That's some kind of an inspiration to emulate from you, Balaji. Fourth time DTM is not an easy task. But we have another gentleman here who is 4 times or almost 4 times DTM here. And I would like to call upon Dr. or Distinguished Toastmaster Chandra Kumar Ballal.
Yeah. Hi, good evening to everyone. I'm very excited to be here amongst champions because we call ourselves champion evaluators. It's really nice to be one amongst you. And I don't really want to call ourselves the chosen few, but we have chosen to be some of those few who want to evaluate better, learn more, and keep on improving. That's the main aim of me joining. I've been a Toastmaster for the last 23 years. I've done my DTM 3 times over. Not aiming for the 4th one, perhaps not. And also, I would like to learn to evaluate better and perhaps become a better speaker. That's what I did and in the process, get evaluated better. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DTM Chandra Kumar Ballal. Now
Can
I'd like to call.
Can I just say that you can call me CK? It's a bit of a tongue twister. So just say CK or CKB or
Yes.
CK Ballal.
Like we all call you CK.
Yeah,
CK is a nice short form. All right, let me now invite our Vice President Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Daryl Rodrigues. The stage is yours to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Good evening, everybody at Champion. So to say good evening, Champion Evaluators. I'm honored to be a part of this club. I've been a Toastmaster for over 6 years now, and of course, to share a secret with all of you, this was Jyotika's idea from last July. Not getting into any more details, but I just told her one thing: if this club gets chartered, you have to be charter president, and I'll be your vice president education. So here we are as president and vice president education. So my goal for this year is not to make myself a champion evaluator. I'll probably become one in the process, but to help you become champion evaluators as your vice president education. Thank you, and back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika.
Thank you, Daryl. Wow, what a thought. You want to make others champions. So let's see who becomes a champion. Now, may I invite a distinguished Toastmaster Deepa P. Surendran from District 127.
Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and all the dignitaries over here.
Deepa, we can't hear you well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, now it's okay. Yes.
Okay. And yeah, what I was telling, my home club is Discovery Gardens Toastmasters Club and from District 127. And I am a member of this club for last 12 years. I am part of some few other clubs as well in this district. Then what I want to do in this year, nothing particular, just continue living happily. Maybe I will improve my speaking skills in that process. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Deepa is being very modest, but I have to let the cat out of the bag. Deepa is the past district director of District 127. And she was a district director who took her district to the top #1 position in the world. So it gives us immense pride to have such a stalwart in our club. So warm welcome, Deepa. It is definitely a pride and honor to have you with us. And I also forgot to mention that Balaji is also a past district director of District 105. And I've had the opportunity to closely work with him when I was in Dubai. Next in line is Toastmaster Divya J. D'Souza, a very good friend of mine and my classmate too. Divya D'Souza, over to you. And we can't hear you, Divya. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, can you hear me? Thank you, Jyotika. It really is a pleasure to be among all these stalwarts because I've just been in Toastmasters for less than a year, but I'm the founder president, the charter president of Coastal Divas, and that's my home club. But I believe that when you want to be one of the best, you need to surround yourself with the best. And that was my initiative to be a part of Champion Evaluators. And I'm so glad and happy that Jyotika invited me to be a part of this. So thank you once again, Jyotika. I see that I am surrounded by such amazing visionaries, legendary speakers. And for me, I just want to be able to learn the best, be evaluated by these speakers, and also learn how to be a good champion speaker and evaluator as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Divya. Proud to have you as a part of our club. Now I'd like to invite on stage a person who's humble, an English stalwart, or a Wordsworth, and we all look up to here in Division F. May I please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Hima Urmila Shetty. Is DTM Uma here or DTM Hima here? Not there?
You can move ahead.
All right. Next in line is a gentleman who's also very instrumental in helping strengthen Division F. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Kiran Vasant.
Hi, thank you, Niti and Jyotika. I believe there's always a better way of doing things. And with observation skills and using all your senses, you can actually give feedback to the others, but in the process, you're actually helping yourselves. You're not the best yet is my motto. You're just getting better, and you have to get better tomorrow. And that's the way we all will move ahead, and then we will be called true champions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those lovely words. I'll definitely take that, that thought with me. Thank you very much, DTM Kiran. May I now invite our Vice President Education, who is an energy bomb. She's always on her toe, and she is, when you talk about membership, she's got everyone at the tip of her finger. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Lyra Pinto.
Everybody, good evening. That's a little bit of, I don't know how to react to what you said, Jyotika. Well, a Toastmaster for the for the 13 years, but I took a sabbatical for a year or two, and since I had to move to the estate, and I came back to introduce my friend Geeta Pereira to winners, but then Savita Sale didn't let me go. That's how I landed back in Toastmasters. And being a VPM in PTAT was not what I had decided, but I was made to be one. And here in evaluation, I joined the club on my own without any, push. But never expected to be the VPM, but accepted it. So friends, I'm all here just to brush on my evaluation, which is my weak field, I would say. I always get jitters. So here I am to be one among the champions. Over to you, Jyotika.
Thank you very much, Lyra, and we are so happy you made the right decision. May I now invite someone who was a bit apprehensive to join the club. However, a little bit of coaxing, a little bit of encouragement, she finally took that call. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Malini Mukund.
Good evening, everyone. As Jyotika said, I was greatly apprehensive about joining the Champion Evaluators Club, but I felt it is for my own good that I be a member of this club. I was a member of, I am a member of Port Town Advanced Toastmasters Club, and I was introduced to this club by my colleague Maria DeCosta, and I'm happy I'm a part of this club. And then whatever the stalwarts of Toastmasters Club are going to do, I'm sure I'll imbibe all the good qualities and evaluation methods and things like that. Thank you.
I'm sure you'll not be disappointed, Malini. Warm welcome to the club. The next in line is distinguished Toastmaster Malini Hebar, but she is in the United States at the moment and she's not around. So I'll skip her for now, but she is a stalwart again in the field of evaluation as well as in Toastmasters. And it is my pride and pleasure to have her in our club. Let me now welcome the next person. And this person is, or this Toastmaster is someone we all look up to in Division F. And in fact, in District 121. For someone, for this person or this Toastmaster, age is just a number because she wants to do every single thing because she's a continuous learner. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Maria C. DeCosta.
Thank you, Jyotika, for that warm welcome. I have joined the club to watch more, know more, and grow more. And I also wanted to add to the Toastmaster numbers. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your number is always welcome, and it is a pleasure to have you as a member and as a number. Thank you, ma'am. Now let's move on to another stalwart of Division F, someone who's taught me way back in college. It's so good to have them around or have her around. Listen to, when she starts speaking, there's so much to learn from her. This time, I'm not listening to her from my classroom or from her classroom, but I'm listening to her from a Zoom room. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Matilda Pinto. Please unmute yourself, ma'am.
Yeah, can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Good evening to everyone. It's a pleasure to meet so many people. And I'm not very good at evaluation. That's my humble admission. I've joined Shirley to get better at it. I hope that this club also has an evaluator to do the evaluation of the speakers. Not enough to evaluate, but you should also evaluate the evaluators. That way we know what we could have done differently. I hope to not just add to the numbers, but also to learn to evaluate without hesitation, without nerves. So I wish the club all the best, and I wish to do my best. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Matilda Pinto. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Just wait for a while and you'll see how the magic unfolds. Let's now move on to, I think DTM Urmila is here. I just saw her come in. So may I call upon or may I invite distinguished Toastmaster Hima Urmila Shetty to give your introduction.
I'm a distracted speaker, and when I do an evaluation, I find that I am touching on points that have interested me and may not follow a proper evaluation structure. Therefore, I'm here to be enlightened by all of you while doing this exercise in evaluation.
Thank you, DTM Hima. We will grow together and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Let's now move on to the next speaker, who was our immediate past district judge, someone who carries the record for completing all the 11 parts in pathways. And today, she's also going to give another speech. But before that, may I invite on stage or on screen, distinguished Toastmaster Naina Nathan.
Good evening. I'm a Toastmaster since 2015, and I'm a proud chartered member of Lead India Toastmasters Club. We are advanced club and now champion evaluators. So for me, learning is a must. I'm passionate to keep on learning. So I have joined this unique and amazing club just to learn to be a creative and quality evaluator. I'm looking forward to this new learning journey. Over to you, Jyotika.
Thank you very much, DTM Naina. Now let's call upon the next speaker, who's again a member of Division F, and I've had the opportunity to be a part of Let's Debate with her. A great speaker, and sometimes her speeches, the last speech that I heard, was really funny. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Radhika Adapa.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm very glad and I was very excited when I came to know about this club because I must have finished about nearly 12, 13 years in Toastmasters. And it's been a very slow and steady journey, which has helped me with a lot of my confidence. At one point, I remember hiding, sitting in the last row and hiding my face. And there's a saying that if you keep working on your weaknesses, you'll have strong weakness. So I decided to go with my strength. Evaluation has been one of my strengths. And I thought I need to, I want to be among esteemed Toastmasters like y'all and really get better at it. Thank you very much.
That's really nice to know, Radhika, something that I didn't know. You're a great evaluator and it's going to add a lot of value to our club. So welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Next in line is a Toastmaster that I have known for a few years, right from the district that I come from, that is District 105. Have had the opportunity to work with him at several instances, and he's been a great pillar of support as well. Please help me welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Ramesh Babu Menon. Please unmute yourself, DTM Ramesh.
Thank you, DTM Jyotika, for that fantastic introduction. Having heard many of the stalwarts' introduction, I would request each one of you appreciate where you are in your journey. Even if it is not where you want to be, every season has a reason to show us the purpose of our life. So believe in yourself, and the champion evaluators Toastmasters is going to make us, although we may not be best evaluators, at least better evaluators. And I'm sure DTM Jyotika will lead us to that direction faster than we expect to improve ourselves. I started my journey 25 years ago in Toastmasters, 1999. Started from Riyadh, as Riyadh Toastmaster was my home club. Then I moved to Jeddah. Pace Toastmasters was my home club. And when I moved to Dubai, Burj Toastmasters was my home club in 2016. And I used to call emerging leader when I felt I met him first time. I used to call Kavita or Gobika. Sometimes I used to misspell this name. And she himself introduced me several times. I am Jyotika, I am Jyotika, I am Jyotika. Somehow those names were clipping into her. So, but I admire her, the way she presented the very first speech or introduction that she gave in the Burj Toastmasters Club. That was also a force that I get a very good friendship with her. And now, even after that 9-10 years, still we are continuing. We are fighting, we are happy, we are evaluating with each other. We are definitely making ourselves improve what we want to be. And we are still having a great journey in Toastmasters. She is a very motivating leader that I have seen, and very good leader that she is going to be making in the future also. And my purpose of joining, as I mentioned, I am still believing that I am still to become better evaluator. Not the best evaluator anyway, but better evaluator, understanding the nuances that I can turn somebody's life into best way that in their speaking effort, and as well as I understand my weaknesses to improve and building upon my strength to what I can do for the community. That's why I'm decided to stop focusing on what happens, start focusing on what's going to move us forward and grow. As we all say, today is Guru Purnima. I wish all of you a very happy, calmness, clarity, and abundance of blessings in the day forward. Thank you for helping me to join this Champion Evaluators Toastmasters Club, Madam President DTM Jyotika. Wishing
Thank you
all
very much.
journey.
Thank you very much, DTM Ramesh. For once, I thought you were introducing me. And I wanted to remind you that the introduction is yours, but thank you for those kind words. And it's really nice to touch base again. Let's now move on to a lady who, whatever she touches, becomes gold. And we've had the pleasure of celebrating a distinguished district after 3 years. Please help me welcome our immediate past District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Savita Salian.
Thank you, Madam President. I hope I'm audible. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have been a Toastmaster for the past 15 years, and my home club is Winners. After that, I've joined 2 more clubs. That is Port Town Advanced Toastmasters, Let's Debate, and now it's Evaluation. I have been 14 years into leadership, and I must admit, because I felt the first time I took leadership, I thought it's much easier than communication. So I took that track and I went ahead. Now that I've finished being the district director, I want to improve my communication skill and evaluation and everything to do with communication. So this is my, that's the reason I joined this club. And one more reason is because we would have members not only of Division F and District 121, but we would have the district from all over the world. And I am happy to meet them and I want to learn from them too. So I'm here just to learn. and I'm sure I will become a better communicator. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, DTM Savita. And I think Savita personifies the mere word learning, because she's just finished her role as a district director of District 121, and then she's restarted her journey as a sergeant at arms in our club. So it's really a pleasure, and this is what Toastmasters is all about: serving without a title or serving merely for others. Thank you very much, DTM Savita. Now let's move on to our champion. We have another champion here, a champion who made us proud. She is the current district table topics winner, first place winner, and a club member of mine in the debate club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Shalini Mukund. Is Shalini there? I thought she was there. Shalini, yes, she's there.
Am I audible?
Yes, Shalini, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, DTM Jyotika. I'm really happy to be a part of this club. I've been a Toastmaster for 4 years, joined in June 2021. I joined Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club because the short form of it is CEAT, reminded me of Seat Tires. And I still remember the slogan that it said "Born Tough." So I think I'm going to really learn a lot of very, very good evaluation skills. I always have this feeling that this analytical bent of mind that we have comes from evaluations. Yes, I have learned a lot observing other evaluators, but I'm extremely happy to be here, going to learn a lot of razor sharp evaluation skills from each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shalini. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. And let's be sharp, razor sharp evaluators as we go along. Let's now move on to a person that I had the fortune of knowing about a year back. Now, she's not a year old in Toastmasters. I'll let her do the honors. But we had the opportunity, both of us, to work together as district leaders last year. She was our Area 4 director, our immediate past Area 4 director. Please help me welcome the witty, the graceful, and the matured distinguished or Toastmaster or soon to be distinguished Toastmaster, Sophia Zacharias. Sophie, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Jyotika. I'm so happy to hear your beautiful words. Respected Madam President, my fellow members and guests. I'm Toastmaster Sophia Zacharias. I'm the CEO and Managing Partner of St. George's Homeopathy, manufacturing homeopathic medicine since 1945. I'm not that old, okay? I'm in the Toastmasters world for the past 22 years, but I became a real Toastmaster last year when I became the area director of Area F4. And all that has happened is because of our Madam President, Jyotika Shetty. I am so proud, so grateful to you for that. I joined this club to perfect my evaluation ability, because I always feel a positive evaluation is something which makes you a good person. And people will love you for that. And everybody should know the way of how to make a proper evaluation. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
All right. So if there's one thing that I have done in abundance last year is laugh, because Sophie's company is always happiness around. And there's another secret here, which Sophie didn't say. She was instrumental also in chartering this club along with us, because she was the area director and she is the sponsor of this club. So let's give it for Toastmaster Sophie Zacharias. Thank you, Sophie, for the introduction. And we are looking for some more laughs as we go along. Let's now move on to our yet another hardworking person, a person who really has a vision, has focus, and works towards it. She has done very well as a division director of Division C of District 121. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi Shankar. Is Sri Lakshmi there?
You can move ahead.
All right. All right. So we're almost towards the end of the list, and we have with us a person who I consider as a good friend of mine. A person who does not hesitate to call a spade, and I just love that about him. Please help me welcome District 92 Finance Manager and our Club PR Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Srivatsa GM.
Thank you so much, Jyotika. It's been awesome to see so many distinguished Toastmasters in this platform today. And when Jyotika coined out the topic with me, let's do this evaluation a related club, I was like, yes, something which is new, because I'm part of Let's Debate Toastmasters Club, where that was unique, where I had to learn the debate skills, and I'm in the process of it. I'm the person who provides speech, but evaluation when it comes to, I'm not that great. So when she coined out and when she told the objectives of the club, I was like, let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it and be the champion evaluator soon. And this has been an opportunity. That's the reason I'm here today as a member with you all to learn and grow in near future. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Srivatsa. We have another member who's not present here today. Therefore, I will not go into the introduction. His name is Toastmaster Vijay Prabhudevan, who's also a member of District 92 as well as 121. And he's a member of another club that I'm a part of, that is Let's Debate. Last but not the least, I'm also a part of the charter membership, and I'm the president of your club, and our club rather, and a member, a Toastmaster for the past 12 years, started my journey in District 105, and now a proud member of District 121. I just completed my term as a Division F Director, and it gives me immense pride and honor to be a part of this club. And thank you very much for accepting to be a part of this club. Thank you very much. I know the guests now have been waiting with a lot of patience. I don't know how much patience they have, but with all these introductions, I'm sure they've not lost their patience yet, because the best is yet to come. I know we are the best, but still the best is yet to come. So quickly, before we get into the crux of the matter or the meeting, let me take a quick introduction of the guests we have here today. And I see Saksham's video open. Saksham, would you please take the honor of introducing yourself?
Hey, Jyotika, thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So delighted to be here in such a elevated group of members from across. And I put my background as a beach because a month ago I was in Mangalore and it felt really good to taste the beach there and hang around. So I'm from Bangalore. I'm part of a club called BTM, HSR Toastmasters Club. And I'm looking forward to join the club, want to experience this. About evaluations, I've always wondered why my evaluations don't hit the right sweet spot, and I really want to improve on those. And also it's one of the skills which I want to really work on and build, because it improves you as a person as well, I feel, once you get to get the evaluation frame right. So looking forward to actively engaging and becoming a part sooner or later with this club. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saksham. Thank you for the introduction, and I'm really glad to welcome you to our club. Who would like to go? I think we have Sri Lakshmi here, who's a charter member. Sri Lakshmi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Jyotika. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be a part of such a platform where all the senior most people are coming from different regions, different geography. And for me, when Jyotika reached out and she asked, we are forming this club, do you want to join? And I just thought, why not? And it's always nice to grow your network in different geographies. And it's great to see our immediate past district director, Savita here, Jyotika herself, and Daryl, and so many of my fellow friends from Mangalore. So it's great to be a part of this. And a little bit of background. I've been with Toastmasters. I joined in 2004 right out of my college, and I'm a analyst and also a visiting faculty in BMS College teaching supply chain and logistics management, and just been very passionate about Toastmasters. So when I started with District 92. Very recently, say about 5 years or so, I joined District 121. I am the immediate division director as well, and just happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me, and back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika.
Thank you very much, DTM Sri Lakshmi. Pleasure is ours, and so happy that you're a part of the club. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite, we are running out of time because we also have a meeting that needs to take place. So I'll just pick up 2 more guests, if you don't mind, and if I have your permission. We have with us our immediate past Club Group Director, distinguished Toastmaster Natasha. Natasha, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, champion evaluators and Toastmasters. Such an honor and a pleasure to be here. Many, many congratulations to distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika for creating this absolutely wonderful, unique platform and a great way to learn and grow. Look forward to watching your journey and learning from all the stalwarts here. All the very best to everybody here. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful kickstart ceremony that you have here today.
Thank you very much. And it is a pleasure to have you here and host you here in this first meeting. Thank you very much for coming. I think it's time now we move on to the main thing, which is the meeting, because I know you're all waiting for the main meeting. How is the format? Because I've received so many questions from members and guests. How are we going to conduct this meeting? So I'm not going to make you all wait for long because it's time to move forward. But before that, we have to tell you how exactly the meeting will take place, right? For that, we have a gentleman who, I would say he's a multitasker. He's a person who has a lot of feathers in his cap, and his middle name is M. Begins from M, and it stands for Mark. But as far as I'm concerned, that M stands for magician, meticulous, multi-talented, and the different adjectives that we can give him. I can go on, but as they say, brevity is the soul of wit. Please put your hands together for our Vice President Education, Distinguished Toastmaster, Daryl Mark Rodericks.
Thank you very much, President, Distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika. Now, I must confess that my network is a little unstable. So, Jyotika, I didn't hear that introduction, but I know it was all good things about me. Thank you so much. Champion evaluators, good evening. And it's been 2 weeks since we started our WhatsApp group. And I do not know whether I should be glad or not that nobody asked you what our meeting is going to be like. Probably you wanted to know, or you were waiting for the first meeting to get a taste. And I'm now here going to take the next 5 to 10 minutes to share what we have in store for you at this club called Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club. So let me share my screen. All right. So once again, a very, very warm welcome to each one of you to not just the first meeting, but to Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club. So what I'll be running through in the next few minutes is, of course, show you our meeting calendar, what our meeting format looks like, the meeting roles, how we'll assign roles, and if there's anything pending, we can discuss. But for your information, we meet on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. IST. All right, so this is the meeting calendar that we already have planned just for your eyes for now, but I will draw your attention to the meeting formats that we have at this club. So there are 3 particular formats. One is the regular meeting format, which we will follow mostly. Every 4th meeting, we will have something called a speech analysis session. And once in a quarter, some evaluation spotlight challenges to test our skills. This is how our regular meeting is going to be. So we're going to have 3 speakers deliver their speeches as per objectives laid down in Pathways Manual. And we will have 3 evaluators, 1 per speaker. There will be a voting for the best evaluator and the best speaker and best evaluator. So for voting for best speaker, it will be a normal Zoom poll that we would launch. where you get to get to vote for the best speaker. For evaluation, we will be using the ballot. So like I had shared on our WhatsApp group, there is an Excel and the PDF version as well. So if you are not very tech savvy, you can download or take a printout of the ballot and use that meeting after meeting. We'll also try and see if we can figure out any other way in which we can automate this process. But for now, you can focus on using either the Excel or a printout of the ballot. This is particularly crucial when we come to panel evaluation, which I will explain later. Post evaluation, we have something called cross-examination. So the speaker gets one opportunity to ask a question to the evaluator, and based on the evaluation that was given, and the evaluator will give their reply. We have also kept a time limit here, so the evaluator gets 2 minutes to give their reply, post which they will be muted. Followed by cross-examination, we have a panel evaluation. So we have one panel moderator and 2 panelists who will evaluate the evaluators or the evaluations that have been put forward by the evaluators. That will run for about 10 to 15 minutes. And after that, we have something called open forum, where the panel moderator will open it to the audience, and we have time for 2 members of the audience if they want to ask any question or add any additional points of value to the evaluator. So this is how our meeting structure is going to be. Don't worry, I will share all these details in our group, but this is just for your information so you get an understanding of what we will do during our meetings. So the next thing is the speech analysis session, which will happen every 4th meeting. So the 4th meeting, 8th meeting, 12th meeting, and so on will be speech analysis session, where we have one speaker deliver a speech. We will have multiple evaluators. So we're looking at 3 evaluators right now. And this will follow the contest format where this will follow the contest format where you'll be sent out to breakout rooms. We'll follow that process. The evaluation, I see my internet is unstable, but I will just go on. In case you have questions, I can clarify later. Evaluation judging follows the same process of the judging ballot, the panel evaluation, and the open forum. Here, we do not have cross-examination, but instead we have something called a speech analysis session, where the panelists will continue, or the panel moderator and the panelists will continue to analyze on certain aspects of the speech. So, for example, they will take that particular speaker's speech and deliberate on 2 aspects, say voice modulation and body language, or structure of the speech and body language. So 2 aspects will be taken and broken down into detail and analyzed. So this will happen as far as our speech analysis sessions are concerned, and this is on the every 4th meeting. The next is the evaluation spotlight challenge. So we plan to have this once in a quarter. So for this particular program year, 4 quarters, so we'll definitely have 4 spotlight challenges. And these are certain examples that we have in mind of what we want to execute. So for example, we would ask you to watch a world championship public speaking speech, and then of course evaluate it, or use a prop and give a feedback. So for example, a shoe, you have to use a shoe and relate your feedback to it. Again, an acronym. So for example, pizza, you have to use the letters PIZZA and give your feedback. 1 minute wonder is delivering an evaluation in 1 minute. And a blind evaluation is we will play only the audio of the speech, and you have to evaluate, say, for example, the speech structure and the voice modulation. So these are certain challenges. Of course, we'll explain as and when we reach the meeting. And if you have any other suggestions, please feel free to drop me a note. All right, when it comes to the meeting roles, we have 11 role players in our meeting, excluding the Sergeant at Arms and Presiding Officer, because they are anyway executive committee roles. We have a Toastmaster of the day, 3 speakers and 3 evaluators, 1 timer, 1 panel moderator, and 2 panelists. So this is how the meeting roles would be aligned with regard to our club. Today, of course, is a smaller meeting. We just want to test the format out. So we have only 1 speaker, 1 evaluator, and some things like voting and all will not make sense today. I know if you're feeling overwhelmed with all this information, it's okay. We have something called a club handbook, which will be shared to all of you to guide and help you through the process. Special thanks to President Jyotika and Vice President Public Relations, Srivatsa, for curating this. Due to the paucity of time, I will not run through the handbook, but you will get a copy very, very soon. All right, so champion evaluate, this is how the assignment of roles would be on a rotational basis. So I will definitely create a roster and share it across where it will be on a rotational basis that your roles will be mapped. Also, since our meeting is usually for 75 minutes, we plan to have education sessions and equip to become better evaluators often. Sessions will be planned often. All right, so I'll just say welcome to Champion Evaluators Club once more, and I think it's safe to say let the journey begin. I'll stop sharing, and I don't know if we have time for any questions, but I think we can take that at the end since
Yeah,
we're
we
running
can
late.
take that at the end. It is going to be very interesting. It may seem overwhelming now, but we just need to get used to it. But one thing for sure, if you put in the hard work, we'll definitely end up being champion evaluators. Now let's move on to the next segment. Thank you very much, Daryl. And let's give Daryl a huge round of applause. Our meticulous, our magician, our multifaceted or multi-talented VP, Daryl Rodrigues. Thank you very much. It's now time to start the meeting to take us through this evening. And we have a Toastmaster who's a designer by profession and the first entrepreneur in her family. Although born and raised in Delhi, she's a Bangalorean for the past 13 years. A supermom with 3 children and her first baby being the business venture Design Orbis. She aims to be a good orator and want to adapt to different communication styles. And I'm very sure that's the reason she has joined our club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Ashima Jain, our Toastmaster of the evening. Over to you, Ashima.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jyotika Shetty, the president, and Toastmaster Daryl Rodrigues for letting me be the team mod today. So I'll be the team mod for the whole meeting today. My role is to take you to the whole meeting and guide you how the whole meeting. First section is the prepared speech session. The second is the evaluation section. And the third is panel evaluation. For the first prepared speech section, the speaker is allotted 5 to 7 minutes time. And for the second session, that is the evaluator section, again, the evaluator will be allotted 2 to 3 minutes of time. The panel evaluator evaluation session will have a panelist, and there'll be the session will have 7 to 8 minutes to moderate the panel. To begin with, I have the timer as well with me. The timer is none other Toastmaster Savita Salia, the TTM, a passionate Toastmaster and immediate past district director of District 121. She has been a Toastmaster for over a decade and believes strongly in the power of communication and leadership to transform lives. Adventure excites her, and one time on her bucket list is bungee jumping, an experience she can't wait to take off someday. So whenever there'll be any kind of time lapse, Madam Salia would be displaying the timer cards on her background. For green, whenever there'll be like 5 to 7 minutes, for 5 minutes, she'll be giving green card, for 6 minutes, amber, and 7 minutes, red card. So let me begin the next session, that is the speaker session. For today's speaker session, we have Toastmaster Naina Nathan, the DTM. She is teacher by profession, artist by passion, Toastmaster by choice. Served a club president, VP, VPPR multiple times. She has served as area director, division director, and district chief judge of District 121. I would now request speaker Toastmaster Naina Nathan to be, yes. Over to you, Toastmaster Naina. I don't have your speech title, so if you could just let
Can
me,
you
I'll
call the evaluator, Ashima, and ask for the objective?
Yes, sorry. Before the speaker gives the speech, I would like to call upon the evaluator of the speaker, DTM CK Balal, to give the objectives of the speech.
Hi, good evening to everyone. Naina Nathan is today on her speech, The Path is Engaging Humor, Level 1. And the project involves introduction to vocal variety and body language. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language or both of them to enhance her speech. May I announce the title of the speech, TMOD?
Yes, please.
Yeah, the title of her speech is The Devilish Angel. Naina Nathan, Devilish Angel, Naina Nathan.
Thank you so much, Evaluator 1, Toastmaster CK Balal. Over to you, Speaker Naina, and all the very best.
Thank you. I'm a teacher. Teaching for me is like walking in a park, Jurassic Park. My high school students make me feel that I'm teaching monsters disguised as angels. Parents of teenagers can understand my plight. Entering and exiting the school is like a scene from the movie The Lion King. I, like the little Simba, covered myself from the flying, fiercely running herds of students with their heavy books, bags, and shoes. And when the herd moves from one room to another, I'm the lizard stuck to the wall, protecting myself. To my who's end there, my students tower over me because most of them are taller. At times, I end up talking to their stomachs. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. It was one of those usual days. I walked into class, grade 10. All the students stood up and clapped. My ego waltzed in that welcome. I smiled at them and they smiled back at me. Happy class. I told them, take out your notebooks. Together they replied, no ma'am, we don't have. Inwardly, I admired their unity. Outwardly, I adopted my teacher's voice and said, it's okay, take out your rough notebooks. If you don't have, beg, borrow, or tear a page from your maths notebook. I never liked maths. All of a sudden, they stood up. I didn't want to punish them. Their expected punishment. Poor kids. They are so used to punishment. It was then I noticed the presence of Mrs. Francis, the maths teacher. She was scowling. She was scowling at me. I don't know why maths teachers are so grumpy. Before I go ahead, I would like to describe Mrs. Francis. She was a tall and hefty woman with a booming voice that could be heard in the school playground. Intimidating. hiding my nervousness. With a smile and a voice dripping with honey, I asked her, "How could I help you, Mrs. Francis?" She looked at me as though I was a nutcase and said grumpily, "This is my class. You bully, I'm not scared of you." I didn't say anything of that sort. It was in my thoughts. I was so glad she could see my thought bubble. I pulled my full height, 4 feet 9 inches, and told her, "I'm sorry. This is my class. If looks could kill, I would have been a dead rat that day." And then I remembered my father's words. If you're right, be brave to and voice it. If you're wrong, be humble and accept it. I stood my ground. I looked at her unperturbed, and she looked at me impatiently. And slowly she looked at the wall where the timetable was hanging crooked. But nobody in particular, she said, "I'll be in the staff room." And she left. Huffing and puffing, she left. Needled by her attitude, I adjusted my glasses and looked at the timetable, which was hanging tilted. Somebody in bad handwriting has written, "Maths." I looked at the students and encountered impish grins. They knew the devils. I asked them calmly, "Is it 10C?" Together they said, "No, ma'am, this is 10B." And then I heard a voice from the last row, "It's okay, ma'am, you continue. We love your classes." My heart did a breakdance. It was then I heard a voice from the door, and there was a girl, and she said, "Ma'am, you have a class with us." She was from 10C. I asked the class monitor to go and bring Mrs. Francis back and convey her my apologies. Dear friends, I was not hesitant or shy away telling a sorry because I knew I was wrong. To err is human, but not accepting a mistake is the biggest mistake. An apology coming from a heart builds bridges to broken relationships. Let's accept our mistakes. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM Naina, for giving such an inspiring and motivating speech. I would request timer Savita San to let us know.
DTM Naina took 7 minutes 30 seconds. Am I audible? 7 minutes 30 seconds? Yeah, okay.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So, Madam, could you just let us know what was the timing for the speech?
7 minutes 30 seconds.
7 minutes 30 seconds. So I guess DTM Naina was bang on time, and 7 minutes 30 seconds is beautiful as a timing. So now I would request evaluator 1, that is DTM CK Balal. He's a triple DTM charter member of Mangalore Toastmasters, Milagres Toastmasters, Mahe Toastmaster, Karavli Toastmasters, and the Champion Evaluator Advanced Toastmaster Club. He served as the charter president of PTAT, district chief judge, and district parliamentarian during the first election of District 121. He was the sponsorship chair for Crescendo 2025. I would now request Toastmaster CK Balal to please evaluate Speaker Naina.
Thank you. A voice check. Am I audible?
Yes.
And a thumbs up?
Yes.
And you can see me clearly.
Yes.
Right? So my time begins now. Hello, DTM Naina. What an excellent speech. The title, The Devilish Angel. It was a head turner for me because I thought, how could an angel be devilish? But as we went through your speech, we could see who the devil was and where the angels were. It took me a while to find out as to where the angels turned devilish. The exercise here was in vocal variety and body language, and I must congratulate you on excellent use of vocal variety and body language. The opening itself was catchy because it talked about two familiar films, Jurassic Park and The Lion King. And I must congratulate you on having taken up and mentioned the films which I think most of us have watched. Had you mentioned some other films, it would have been a bit of a quandary, at least in my mind, who's not a film buff. But certainly, I could think of the children and imagine them walking into the classroom with their heavy bags, which you showed with good body language, into the classroom as animals in Jurassic Park, and then someone standing like the Lion King. You had a very assuring tone and the speech and the pitch was very good throughout the speech, and your body language and your voice modulation conveyed exactly what you wanted to convey. Now coming to having congratulated you on some of the points where you could improve. The improvement could come in the way you showed the conversation between that Humpty Bumpty, the woman, the maths teacher who walked into the class, and I was expecting a bit of expression on your face about how someone could be grumpy. That certainly did not come out, but the body language and the voice modulation conveyed it, not the facial expression. And similarly, someone walking away from the class in a huff, the voice modulation was there, but not the body language. So you have a good control on voice modulation and vocal variety, and perhaps a bit of improvement required in the body language. Conveying an apology, a good quotation used at the end, conveyed what exactly you meant and how the picture was overturned. In a summary, a good speech delivered with abundance of vocal variety and perhaps lacking a bit of body language. So body language could be improved. A few suggestions where you could turn properly towards the bumpy teacher and show to us how the devilish angels walked away. The title was a little bit confusing. It was aptly used. All in all, a good speech. Congratulations. Look for more from you. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, DTM CK Balal, for giving such an inspiring evaluation, and you have nailed the evaluation. Thank you so much. I would now request Timer to please share the evaluation.
The time taken is 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
3 minutes, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
So I'm sure he is within the time. So I think And that's one of the
Yes.
best part of today's first meeting is that the speaker and the evaluator both are into the in the time limit. Okay, I would request you all for use the ballot that has been shared in the WhatsApp group to judge to evaluate the speaker and the evaluator. For that, we can maintain 1 minute silence. So I hope you all have the ballot paper. If you're not, then I'll just put it on the chat section.
We don't have voting as we have only one speaker and one evaluator.
I'll take a moment to interrupt here, Ashima, on your behalf. So
Yes.
today we have only one speaker, one evaluator, but like I mentioned, I would ask you to take the next 1 minute to grade or vote for to judge based on the judging ballot that has already been shared for the evaluator. This will come in handy when you for the panel evaluation that we have. So it doesn't apply for voting, but just for you to understand how to become a better judge of evaluation. So when it's 1 minute, distinguished Toastmaster Savita, please show the red card.
And for the reference, the ballot has been posted on the chat section as well. So I guess we are done with the 1 minute. I hope you all have used this 1 minute to evaluate and had the chance to go through the ballot paper. So moving on to our next segment, that's the cross-examination section, where the speaker can ask a question from the evaluator, and both speaker and evaluator will be allotted 1 to 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes their mic will be muted if they still persist speaking. So I would request Speaker Naina to ask one question regarding your evaluation from evaluator. Over to you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is her time limit? I know I am given 2 minutes to answer.
Her time limit is also 2 minutes.
Right. Okay.
30 seconds. 30 seconds for the speaker to ask the question.
Okay.
In total, you have about 3 minutes to finish the segment.
Okay.
Is she allowed only one question? Is
Yes,
that right?
yes, she'll be allowed only one question. Her question will be in 30 seconds, and you will be given to 2 minutes to 2 minutes 30 seconds to answer the question, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Over to you, Speaker Naina, for the question, please.
Thank you. I have no question actually, because Balal sir gave, distinguished Toastmaster Balal gave a clear evaluation. I accept that my facial expression did go with my dialogues, that I have to work, and I accept this is my mistake because I was sitting and delivering my speech because I Actually, I have hurt my knees. I couldn't stand, and that is the only reason. Anyhow, thank you very much, sir. I will work on relating the speech with expressions. Many of us keep forgetting when we bring voice modulation, the forgetting the facial expression. I'll work upon it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that kind gesture of saying that my evaluation was tremendous, but I was really expecting a volley of questions from you. But since only one question was asked, I had a question that you might ask, and I would like to attempt to answer the question that I was expecting from you. Because I thought the couple of points in my evaluation which didn't come out, which I thought you would have wanted. And the one was about the bubble in the head, which you really displayed very well. I must congratulate you on that. And I just wondered that you would ask me as to, in this story, who was the devil and who was the angel, and how were the angels devilish? It brings to my mind the satanic verses by Salman Rushdie, where he calls the angel Jibril, or as they say in Arabic, or Gabriel, as they say in Christianity, and she has been marked as being devilish by Salman Rushdie, and that's why he suffered the wrath of so many people in the world. To sum it up, although you don't have a question, I would expect you to ask the question. I expected you to ask as to what was wrong with the body language. Why was I not impressed? And you are working under a handicap when you are on this kind of platform of online meeting, because you cannot walk the floor and you cannot turn well this side or that side. But I must congratulate you because you did look at the grumpy teacher and then you looked the other way. We're all living to improve. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the speaker and evaluator for doing this wonderful session. And I must appreciate that speaker didn't had any question and still evaluator persist giving the answer as per his own question. Thank you so much. Moving on to our next session. This is the session of the panel evaluation session that is a session upon the is being moderated by Toastmaster Jyotika Shetty. She is a Toastmaster for 12 years, has served in various leadership roles and charted 5 clubs together in District 105 and 121. She is the immediate past Division Director of Division F and the founder of Champions Evaluators. An author and public speaking coach. She is a lifelong learner. Welcome, DTM Jyotika Shetty, for moderating.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ashima. Thank you very much. Now let's quickly move on to the panel evaluation. We have about 7 minutes for the panel evaluation. And the evaluation will be based on the criteria that is mentioned in the judges' ballot, which is the Toastmasters judges' ballot, analytical quality, which is 40%, recommendation 30%, technique 15%, and summation 15%. I would like to now welcome both the panelists. We have Distinguished Toastmaster Deepa Surendran and Distinguished Toastmaster Srivatsa here. Thank you for joining the panel. I will quickly lay down some ground rules before we get started. You have 45 seconds each to answer your questions. Answer the question, and after which, once the evaluation is done, we will discuss the scores. I hope you've already marked the evaluator, so we will briefly discuss the scores. So we have about 7 minutes for the evaluation. Once that is done, we will open the floor for the audience, 2 members of the audience, that is members of evaluators of the club, to ask any question that is not addressed by the panel or our evaluator today. This is an advanced club, and please expect the evaluators to be critical. However, I request the evaluators to be objective in the language and approach. Thank you very much. Let's now begin with the evaluation. We will now focus on the analytical quality, which is 40% in the judges' ballot. So, Deepa, I would like to ask you the question. Do you think the evaluator accurately identified the strength and the areas of improvement of today's speaker?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Yes, to answer the question, yes, he was really clear and focused on his approach in analyzing the speech. He covered all the important points, the judging items clearly, analytical quality, and then all the entire part of the speech. I mean, the main parameters and especially the objective of the speech. One thing I would like to mention over here, it would have been better if he actually mentioned at least for 10 seconds about the objective of the entire path, which is the humor, right? So the speech was really humorous. So I would have liked to see whether the speech was like, from his perspective, whether it was humorous or not. I really like the speech in terms of the path's entire objective.
Thank you.
That's
That's
it.
a very
Thank
good
you.
point that you have made. Srivatsa, would you like to contradict the statement, or do you have a point of view of what Deepa has mentioned now?
I would like to add on few more such which the evaluator could have taken up because when he was analyzing the speech, I could hear the analysis put up. In few places, he mentioned the vocal variety is better, but the example of it could have been brought a new picture for the evaluation because the examples what the speaker mentioned, say for example, it's okay to take out your rough notebook. These kind of sentences which the speaker quoted could have been used during the evaluation so that it could have brought up a different light for the evaluation when the evaluator was putting forth his evaluation. That's what I would like to add on.
All right. But you do agree that he has highlighted the strengths and weaknesses of the speaker?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you looked at the evaluation that he made, he pretty much focused on the objectives, which is the body language and the vocal variety. Do you think he could have touched upon, Deepa said that he should have touched upon the path objective as well. But do you think he could have also touched upon the structure of the speech or anything else rather than focusing only on those two aspects?
When Toastmasters evaluation guidelines come in, we usually stick to the exact objectives which is put up. But as per me, if we go, because structure is a foundation, we need to go for the foundation and then go ahead with the external objectives which is put up. So the structure could have been also focused is what I feel.
So would I be wrong or right in saying that he could have probably given a little bit holistic approach as far as the evaluation is concerned, rather than just focusing on vocal variety and body language, although that was the objective. My second question to you is, Deepa, do you think that the objectives, the observations that the evaluator made was insightful, or was it just surface level? If you were a non-Toastmaster, do you think you could have made such an evaluation easily? Or do you think there was value in what he did, the evaluation that he did?
Of course, what I felt is his double DTM actually worked because he was really kind and considerate about the speaker, and he was trying to encourage the speaker. And the first sentence he used was an excellent speech. I mean, in which I felt like all the minimum criteria for an excellent speech is met. That's the main reason I felt like the structure, everything, the minimum, the structure, the organization, the conclusion of the speech has been met, and then what he was focusing mainly on the objectives of the particular speech. So I felt this evaluation can be done by a seasoned Toastmaster only. And I would like to become someone like that. He was really kind and nurturing and then encouraging. I really liked it. Thank you.
Do you have another opinion, Srivatsa?
I feel the evaluation could have been more critical enough as we are in the advanced club. It's first meeting fine, but we would like to see more critical evaluations.
When you say critical, I'd like to cut you there. When you say critical, can you give some examples, please?
Yeah, example like if here what was the example was that evaluator mentioned the vocal variety and body language as a positive. And again, he mentioned the body language was as an improvement part. There, I felt there was some contradiction, which was positive or which is negative. If I was an on Toastmaster and I heard these two as a positive and the negative, I would really get confused over here.
Okay. So you're saying probably he could bring in more clarity into
Exactly.
his speech rather than criticality.
True.
All right. So I believe that with what you all have said, the evaluator has equally very well covered the speech objectives as well. I think most of his evaluation revolves around that. Now let's move on to the recommendations. Do you think the suggestions that he made a suggestion saying that the facial expression did not come out the way it should have come out? So do you think this is an actionable and was specific enough for the speaker to implement it in the next speech?
Is it me?
Yes, Deepa.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. I mean, he mentioned the recommendation, but he didn't acted it though. So it would have been better if we could have acted using one line from the speech, and then if we could have demonstrated, then perfect. I mean, otherwise the recommendations were all actionable, but with specific examples or acting it out would have been better.
All right. So whenever, so it is for the evaluator here, when you give points of improvement, it is also important to give points of proof enough for the speaker to understand your suggestions better. One question to you, Srivatsa. The evaluator mentioned that the body language the facial expression was important.
Yeah.
But do you think he should have also mentioned why that particular improvement was needed to enhance the speech quality?
Yes, what I believe is that whenever we mention one particular part of improvement, we need to demonstrate and tell why it is needed. If that particular point of why facial expression is needed in the speaker's speech would have enhanced to a next level, because when giving next speech, the speaker would have already taken this point and would have worked upon. It will help us to work on what we can do, and also demonstrating it would have been a additional plus point for the speaker.
All right. So would we be right in saying that he could have been a little more creative and insightful in the recommendations that he gave?
He was creative, but I would like to tell addition of points for the creativeness.
Okay. So maybe he could also suggest some points of improvement in terms of creativity for the speaker.
Huh.
With
Yes.
some examples, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move to this summation. When he spoke about the summation, he brought in a new point where he said the title was confusing. All right. This was one additional point that he introduced during the summation. What is your view on that?
That could have been a part of improvement, is what I felt. In summation is that what we do, what we have told as a positive and the negative should be brought up over there. Introduction of new additional point in summation might create a space where the speaker might not understand why it was confusing. So that would have been included in the improvement part and then could have been brought up, is what I feel.
All right. So one thing what we would the panel would like to suggest to the evaluator is avoid bringing in new points during the summation, because there is a possibility of the speaker getting confused. It's better you include that in the recommendation and then you bring it together in the summation in a very brief way. Let's now move on to the technique aspect of it. Deepa, do you think that the speech of the evaluator was well structured? Was there anything that you could like it had a proper opening body and a conclusion?
Yes, I thought so. But one suggestion, see, when we are pointing out the recommendations, he has to act out, which we already mentioned, and then the body expressions, how to enhance it, that recommendation, she has to walk and talk, that was not given. Other than that, and one more thing, during the summation, he mentioned little bit confusing, but aptly used. I mean, I didn't actually understand why it was used. I mean, normally during a positive constructive evaluation, our mentors advise us not to use the word but. So that is one thing I would like to suggest. Technique was motivational, but the organization, because what we have seen, something came into summation, and so it would have been better organized because there was no time given. Normally evaluation will be conducted after 5 minutes of writing it down properly, so we can excuse it, but still if you are given 5 minutes of time, I'm sure distinguished Toastmaster CK would have done it perfectly beautiful. But anyway, I would like to suggest that, yes, we have to be
That's
kind
a
here
very,
also.
very good point. I think that structure is something that you could look at on the evaluation point of view, because at the end of the day, an evaluation is a speech at the end of the day, which has to have an opening body and a conclusion. So are you all happy? The panelists are happy with the transitions that he had? I know it was a bit confusing, but do you think he could have improved? And do you have one suggestion in terms of example that you can give him so he could improve?
I'll go for this. Which I usually practice during the evaluation is that the one suggestion, note down the positives and note down the negatives, and at last sum it up. Have 3 positives out of the 5 or 6 you would have noted down, and have 2 negatives, and structure it in a sandwich method. This is what I follow as a first step, and next we can go as we are going to explore here more. Following 3 plus and 2 minus and summing up, it will be an absolute treat for the speaker as well to listen to the evaluation is what I feel.
All right. So 3 commendations, 2 recommendations, and then you summarize briefly what has been told, right? That's what you're saying. All right, let's now move on to the summation part, which is an important aspect, and it carries 15% marks in the ballot. Was the summary concise, and did it effectively reinforce key takeaways for the speaker? Deepa.
Apart from this one little bit confusing but aptly used if we keep that sentence aside and then if we analyze, then I felt it was summation was really concise and encouraging. One thing, he was in a hurry. That is one thing I have to mention. You don't have to be in a hurry. You are just here to encourage the speaker. It's not a, what is that? What to say for that? It is not something to be, push to the speaker. The speaker is a really good established speaker. So please, take your time and relax. You don't have to fight it out. That should not be shown in the, especially during summation. You have to relax and all the very best. Something like that you can close the speech with.
Right. A proper call to action would have. Right. Do you think
10 minutes for the session? We are 11 minutes 43 seconds.
Okay. So I think thank you very much, Srivatsa and Deepa. In conclusion, I'd like to say that this evaluation was well done in terms of being considerate, kind, and as far as the suggestions are concerned. The evaluator today met the minimum criteria, gave examples of gave good suggestion. However, our panelists believe that a bit of examples in the recommendation would help elevate the speaker's position or quality of the speech. Our speakers or panelists also think that when you evaluate, you also have to look at the path objective that will help them to understand that it's a holistic approach and not just the project objective based. A bit of confusion, clarity is required when you evaluate. So go slow. Think a little bit, put the message together, have an opening body and conclusion, and do not bring in additional ideas towards the end, as that could cause confusion. So your organization essentially could be better. In conclusion, a great speech and a great evaluation. And thank you very much to our panelists who have been a great. I think your inputs were great, and I really hope our evaluator is able to apply these recommendations and improve the evaluations going forward. Thank you very much.
Is there any time? Yeah, I just want to ask, because Daryl told me that is there any time here for the evaluator to ask for clarification from the panelists?
Not now, we do not have. We could probably take a suggestion and include it in the future, because this is just a trial. We will definitely look at it.
They missed my demonstration of showing her how she could do being grumpy.
All right, so we
can now I did also say that when it's Jurassic Park, to tell about how children were following on the wall.
Okay, DTMCK, we do not have time for this. Let's now move on to the open forum, where we'll take 2 questions from the 2 evaluators who can add more questions or recommendations or commendations which has not been covered in this particular forum. Is there anyone who would like to come forward and give recommendations or commendations? Anything that we have not covered in our analysis? This is your forum. Please come forward. Yes, DTM Hima, please unmute yourself.
Unmute.
Yes, I think we can go to Kiran. Kiran wants to say something. Yes, Kiran.
Hi. This is basically a humorous speech. So there is an element of unpredictability that has to be used by a good speaker, something the audience doesn't expect. That was lacking. A powerful pauses here and there could also have worked a little better. As far as the facial remarks that were pointed out already by CK, I agree with him. They could be a little more, clear on the face. I mean, a little bit of acting, I know, but it has to be very clear, especially in a meeting like this. This is what I had to add. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kiran, for that additional points. It's really going to help the evaluator. Anyone else would like to add to the already done evaluation? DTM Urmila, would you like to add something? If you can please unmute yourself. Unable to unmute? Oh, okay. Is there anyone who would like to add? This is the last call. I will have to close the forum now. All right, let's now move on to the marking of the ballot. If we can go back to the evaluators to check how you have marked the ballot. Quickly, if you could tell us what are the scorings that you have given? What was the scoring for the analytical quality?
I have given, you want me to read out how much marks?
I need to, yes, we need to know how much you have, both of you.
30.
13?
30.
13 stars. 30. All right. Okay. That is very good. What's up?
25.
25. All right. I think you all are pretty much in the same range. However, Vatsa thinks it's good and Deepa thinks it's very good. Do you have a small observation made there? Why do you think it's very good and why does Vatsa think it is good?
I felt he covered all the objectives of the speech except the path objective. And I was clearly focusing on the objectives of the speech basically. And he mentioned overall the speech is good in the beginning itself. So, I mean, I couldn't find any other because within the time limit, we couldn't add more. That's my...
I felt as we got few more points in this meeting, so the analysis could have been much more focused or detailed is what I felt.
Okay, all right. And recommendations. What is your marking for the recommendation?
From my end, it's 18.
18, okay.
I've given 20.
20. You're both on the same page, I think. However, if you look at the grading, again, you are at good. Vatsa is at good level and also Deepa. Okay, both believe that he was good. His recommendations could have been better. Now, I want the forum also to look at your own evaluation, own scoring, and revisit it and see how you could have improved if you're in line with what they are saying and how could it be different. Now, let's move on to the technique. What about the technique? What is your scoring for the technique?
Had provided 10.
Okay.
Same,
Deepa?
same.
10. Wow. All right. Both of you think it's good. Great. All right. Let's move to the summation. What about the summation?
It's 10 again.
Okay.
I gave 9.
All right. So that puts you both in the same range. That's good. So I think today what our evaluators have done are pretty much on the same range. And so I would request the forum and the members to check your own evaluation to see if you're pretty much on the same lines as our panelists. However, if you're not, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's just a moment to revisit and reassess our marking. With that, I would like to hand over the panel back to the moderator, to the Toastmaster of the evening, Ashima Jain.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jyotika, for having a wonderful panel. And I've learned so many valuable points of evaluation. I'm sure I'm going to take forward to my next evaluation. Having said that, this was our first meeting, and I am sure you all had a very good idea how the whole meeting structure is going to go about. So before we close up, I request you all to let's have a group picture. If we can all come over the video and have a group picture so that I can just take a quick screenshot. So, Matilda, Shalini, Ranjani, would you like to please? Okay. So I think there are only 2 people who have not taken the... switch on the, so it seems to be good to go. So I'll just take a picture meantime. I hope I've managed to click the good picture. Not mine, but others were smiling and laughing. Great. Over to you, Toastmaster Jyotika, for closing remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ashima. Let's give Ashima a huge round of applause. This is her first role in our club, so we can call her as the charter TMOD of Evaluators Club. Thank you very much. All right, we're done with our demo. I mean, it's not a demo meeting, it's a grand opening. So quickly, can I request you all to give us a feedback of how we can improve? What did you learn? Do you think it's of value? We know it's of value, but please, the stage is yours.
Yes, I would like to say,
yes,
I regret saying that I just wanted to add numbers. There's a lot of learning, and I'm immensely happy that I joined this club. I will be a member, and I hope to be an active member. There was a lot of learning from the speech, from the evaluators, and the panel discussion. And Jyotika, there is a lot to learn from you. You were great at whatever you handled.
Thank you, ma'am. A lot to learn, though. Thank you very much. Let's move on to another member. Ma'am, Urmila ma'am, can you switch on the video? I mean, your
unmute.
I don't know how to. Okay. I'm asking
I've been
you
sending
to
her
unmute.
requests, but she's not able to.
Unmute down.
You're not. All right.
I think DTM Kiran wants to say something.
Yes, Kiran. Yes, please, Kiran.
Two things very quickly. One, can we extend the time span of the entire meeting? Because we are going too fast. I mean, you can actually reduce that. Second thing is that, can we cut, if you don't mind, I'm sorry, I'm not giving any personal comment, but cut short on praising people. Let's not waste time on that. We all know all are great here. I think we're taking too much time on praising one another. So let's stop that, I think. Sorry, don't take it.
Thank you. No, it's thank you, because these points are important for us to grow, and this is our first meeting, so we need to grow. However, Kiran, our meetings are going to be for 90 minutes, not 75 minutes. And today, because it was the opening meeting, we had this introduction. Otherwise, we will be sticking to the time, and we'll give maximum benefit of the evaluation aspect of it.
This one case, I beg to differ when it comes to Kiran saying, we try to be critical, you get into the habit and maybe you start doing it in regular meetings or even when you go for contests, and more so in personal life, then it becomes really difficult. I just for my
What, Savita? I didn't get it. I didn't get you.
He said, we all know that we are good, so it's not praise when when a speaker is speaking, but there is a chance that we can get into the habit of being critical, and we may, do it in our club meetings. We may be a little harsher, not meaning, it could just be a habit, and we continue even in the contest, and we're still in personal life. Then it becomes a problem. That's all. I mean, and probably even the speaker may be disheartened because you see nothing good. Like they may feel that you're not seeing anything good. Only after all, you're human. That's all.
Sorry, Savita. I didn't mean that.
I agree with no, I understand. No, what you're saying is right. I mean, I
speaker
understand
needs to be
what you're saying.
congratulated,
Correct.
not the
Yes.
the other part. Sorry. Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying the other side. I'm just saying the other side because I tend to be very critical when I say one. So it's like that's something.
But that's why we Toastmasters.
Sorry?
I agree with the DTM Savita. We have to have the habit of finding out the positives and then the improvement. Life is to live, not to criticize.
Sorry, I'm being misunderstood. I'm not saying about that. I'm saying in the other parts of the meeting, when you're inviting speakers, when you're telling them to take over, please cut short that. Speakers credit, give the speakers credit. They have worked hard for it. Do you have
Point
to do that?
taken, Kiran, point
Thank you.
taken,
Thank
point
you.
taken. Thank
Thank
you. Thank you very much. All right. So,
Jyotika,
yes, Naina.
can I add just a suggestion from my side?
Yes.
Instead of the speaker asking a question, or as you have put, cross question to the evaluator, can the speaker use just 1 minute to explain any comment from the evaluator?
Okay.
Like, for example, when distinguished Toastmaster Balal said he couldn't understand the title with the speech. So in many places, I could have explained, they were devilish because of their certain behaviors. But when I said angels, you could have noticed my heart waltzed.
All right.
So this thing, I thought.
Let me just give you a perspective here. If one of the evaluators is saying that, that means you will have to explain to the audience who you're speaking to. So as speakers, we cannot get into the mode of explanation, because if you have to explain it to the evaluator, then you have no chance to explain it to all the entire audience, right? So that's how you have to think. So why question? Question is, there are sometimes points that are the evaluator makes a point that sometimes may not make a lot of sense for the speaker, or maybe some depth is required for the speaker to improve, and that is your opportunity to ask. However, we are giving this opportunity to the evaluator to also pass the question. So the question that is asked does not necessarily need to be answered. The evaluator has the option to pass the question. Now, one of the questions asked earlier was, can the speaker ask more than one question? To which the TMOD unknowingly said only one question. So my answer to that is, you can ask more than one question if you have the time to do so. And therefore, brevity is the name of the game. We have to keep it as short as possible. So to answer your question, it's better we as speakers don't get into the explanation mode. Because if the evaluator has not understood, then your audience also, there's high chance that the audience also may not understand. And it's impossible for you to explain it to the audience, right? And as speakers, we have to we have to reach that stage where we have a universal message that is universally understood by everyone. That's the whole objective.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Let me pass on my feelings about today's meeting.
Yes.
I really feel so proud of myself today. You know why? You know why? Because I obeyed you and went into organizing the preliminary parts of this club. And today I feel so happy. I again to tell you that I obeyed you.
Please don't use the word obey. I am not a master. It is just motivation. That's all. That's all.
And it was a wonderful wonderful journey, even though it is the shortest journey I've ever done in my life, to have a club of this, which I never realized that it is going to happen, but it happened. So when there is something heart is being put into something, wonders can happen. That is one example of the origin of Champions Evaluator Toastmasters Club, CA Tires.
Okay, we have to I think we should make a logo tire now. CA Tire. Thank you, Sophie, for being in this journey, and thank you very much. Let's move to Dr. Ballal, who wants to ask a question or want to say something.
Thank you very much. Just a comment. This is something that I learned in my 23 years of journey in Toastmasters. And that is, there should be such a clarity in the speech when you make it, that the evaluator should not have any questions to ask about the main content of the speech. Like, I did understand, I must clarify too, because we have a minute for comment, that I knew who she was referring to as devils because they did not take the books out and things like that. But then, and she did bring it out. So I don't want her to go away with the notion that it was not clear. It was quite clear. But time is of the essence when you have 3.5 minutes and when she has only 5 to 7 minutes. But she did bring out, I must congratulate her. All the content was there. Why they were devilish angels? Because they didn't know the book, but they never told her that it was a different class till the end. So I think it was there. I must thank her for that. Thank you.
Great. So it's
Thank
learning
you,
both,
sir.
right?
Thank you.
Okay. So I think it's now time for us to close the meeting. We have overshot by about 25 minutes or 30 minutes. And that's mainly because of the introductions, and this is the first meeting, so we are excused. I hope you excuse us. From next time onwards, we will stick to our 90-minute slot. And like Kiran said, no fanning anyone, no long introductions, just cut to the chase. Thank you very much. And it's been indeed a pleasure to serve you all as your president for this debut meeting. Thank you very much and see you next week. When is our next meeting?
On the 24th of July.
All right. 24th